UNLV 31-4 all time against Utah State, but the Aggies have a 6-point edge at the half. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen back here in Logan, Utah. So the Aggies not a perfectly executed first half, but Sam Merrill leading the way. They have the advantage.
Doing a great job. A great shooter. Excellent freshman. Here we see now, we're going to see him go here on the break. All right, Sam Merrill, they push it, stop it here, right there. McEwen, the other freshman, throws it deep to the corner. All right, to Merrill. Vegas is late getting back. Plenty of time and space, and he knocks down a jump shot. Here we see Merrill coming off a ball screen, knocked it down. 2 threes. Another screen again. Now UNLV does a great job. Here we see a transition again. All right, this is Utah State in transition. McEwen gets it. He kicks it ahead here to Moore. All right, he stopped it right there. All right, he's got the ball there. He's going to penetrate into the middle. All right, and then kick it over here to Barnaba, the big guy inside. All the defense comes into the lane. Here he goes. Jalen Moore attacks, dumps it down to Barnaba. Nice finish inside.
So our AT&T game summary. Utah State shooting 54%. It's really been the turnovers that have held them back. 9 turnovers in the first half for a team who averages 13 per game.
Exactly. Yeah. Got to take care of the ball, Utah State. Like you said, Carter, UNLV should have had a lead with all those turnovers early, but nice job hitting threes. The difference was 6 for 13 from three-point land by Utah State.
So UNLV led by as many as 5 in the first half. Utah State led by as many as 8. It's Aggies by 6, and there's their 10th turnover of the game. McEwen hustles back to get the block, and now sends him on the run. McEwen finishes off. Lost it on the way up, but somehow gives Utah State an 8-point edge to equal their largest lead.
Great hands by McEwen. That time, UNLV, a 4-point play. 2 they could have had, and unfortunately for the running Rebels, Utah State came down and scored.
Into the corner. Spins out for Poyser. There's Merrill with another rebound. Merrill, who had 4 rebounds in the first half. Feeding inside. Bothered from behind by Jones. Looked like he got a hand on it. Taylor couldn't finish the layup.
He's got to make that shot, Carter. Not sure. Try to dunk it.
Poyser on the wing.
Go inside to Christian Jones. I don't think Taylor can guard him. Get him the ball.
Ofebu off the bounce. Gets past Moore and finishes. McEwen there with the help. But Ofebu off the bounce beats Jalen Moore.
Yeah, once again, that's a 6'3 guy going against a 6'9 guy, so just too quick. UNLV's in the 2-3 matchup zone. They're trying to cheat. The high post is open. I get the ball right there at the foul line. You throw it below. You can shoot it. Yeah.
Knuckleball from Taylor. Poyser pushes, draws the contact. Blocked from behind. Quinn Taylor, who was blocked on his last trip down, manages to swat that one away.
Transition game. Poyser goes up. Too much traffic.
Janicek's going to check into the game for Taylor.
Yeah. Utah State Carter's got to get some inside scoring for them to move up the ladder in the Mountain West. Guard plays good. Big guys that is young. He's got to progress.
Utah State last year 7-11 in the league, 8th place. They haven't been to the postseason since joining the Mountain West. On the entry pass, a foul against the Aggies. Looks like it's on Dargent.
Big step up from the WAC. It's a good league, but the Mountain West is a terrific league.
Last NCAA 2011 for Utah State. Yep. So despite the fact they've winning record last year, their 23rd straight winning season.
High standards here. You know, when they're in the WAC, they dominate it. Every year they were number 1 and number 2. New Mexico State and Utah State were the 2 kings of the WAC at that time.
Marvin Menzies, the former head coach at New Mexico State, now at UNLV, part of the UNLV coaching saga that has taken place over the past 12 months. You go back to this point last year, 3 games in, Dave Rice got fired. Todd Simon takes over as interim head coach, then Chris Beard. has the job for about 2 weeks. Marvin Menzies then comes in. When Marvin Menzies took over the program, 3 scholarship players.
Amazing. Once again, and late, so we couldn't sign guys, Carter. So he really had to scramble to put a team together. He's a fabulous recruiter, so he's going to get the job done. But UNLV has such high standards. They're used to winning so much, so fans got to understand it's going to take a little time.
Prior to the last 2 seasons, it was 8 straight 20-win seasons for UNLV. Baxter gets the block inside on Janasek.
Nice move off the ball. Yep, nice job, Troy Baxter Jr. in Tallahassee, Florida. He's only a freshman.
Off the inbound, Merrill fouled on the stick back. Missed the first time, fouled on the follow.
Sam Merrill's doing it all. Rebounding, scoring, assists. Right now he's the MVP of the game with a long way to go. Nice move, nice finish. It's his own shot.
Merrill misses from the free throw line, boarded by Christian Jones. And a foul on the other end on Dargenton. That's back-to-back fouls on Alex Dargenton.
Fouls on Alex Dargenton.
Third personal on Dargenton, so he will have to sit. Mooring checks back into the game for UNLV. He has been the spark for the Runnin' Rebels. Only 3 points in the game, but 6 assists for Jovan Mooring.
Doing a great job. 2 steals. He's playing like a point guard. That's their biggest concern right now. The biggest weakness of UNLV is the point guard position. And I think that's the most important position on the court. It's like a coach on the court. Makes everybody better.
Down to the post, Jones. Bumps on the way up by Janasek. Third team foul against the Aggies already in the second half. So that sends Christian Jones to the free throw line. Jones, the senior out of Arlington, Texas, graduate transfer from St. John's, who has battled ankle and foot injuries. He's missed a total of 8 games this year because of injury. Made it back right before Christmas for the Kansas game. He's been on the floor for UNLV since. And, there's not a lot of height for UNLV, so you say size. Christian Jones at 6'7", 225. That's size.
He's a big guy, only 54% from the line. Got that one. From UNLV, I'm pressing now. A young backcourt, 2 freshmen. They're very good. I come after them a little bit from Runnin' Rebels. Back to the zone. They only got about 18 seconds to attack this 2-3 zone. So again, I would put Jalen Moore inside. He can make threes, but
Pete, I'm not sure what
that was. He faked the shot, and Janasek didn't look. You always got to know where the ball is.
Blocking foul underneath. McEwen was trying to draw the charge, instead gets the block. Ofebu to the line.
Transition, Ofebu, yep, good call. McEwen was moving with him, block.
That would be the second personal on McEwen. Call it non-shooting, call it on the floor. So baseline inbound for Ofebu. As Perry checks in for Taylor.
Utah State's going smaller now. 4 perimeter guys, because Jalen Moore is like a perimeter player.
Christian Jones to a cutting Baxter for the dunk. Right on Jalen Moore. A fantastic slam from Troy Baxter.
Wow, only a freshman.
What a dunk.
That was from way back. He piped that, Carter. Got from way back. Wow. I'll give a little juice now to UNLV.
And then a bump. Ofebu commits the foul.
Yep. Yeah. The high post is wide open. When they get it there, Janasek doesn't know what to do with it. So if you put Jalen Moore there, he can score. That's what I would do. I'd change that up a little bit. Tim Duryea's a terrific coach, but I put a skilled guy in the foul line. Janasek's going to be a good player, but he's just a big, strong, physical center.
Moore has it into the high post. There is Janasek.
That's the opening.
McEwen turns it over right into the hands of Baxter. Mooring will reset.
I drive the ball now if I'm Vegas. You're quicker than the Aggies. Swing it quickly and drive the basketball unless you're wide open for a three.
Mooring penetrates. Tough floater. Boarded by Perry. Merrill on the wing. Perry attacking. He lost it out of bounds off of UNLV. UNLV trying to dunk its way back into it.
No question. You got to get back in a fast break defense. If you don't, the running Rebels will make you pay. Troy Baxter way up, up, and away like a balloon. Wow. Running Rebels want this one on the road. Troy Baxter, the real deal.
Understand what we're doing now. We may have an overload situation, and then that might have to bring you out of the hole if we do it. But I want to just make sure we get matched up out of the 23. First here, first on the ball. Get in the tandem. I want the wings high. Remember, if it comes to this guy, you got the first bump. I want you to make sure no bounce passes in here. We got to make them sure they saw.
All right, Pete, do some translating for us from Marvin Menzies.
Marvin Menzies talking about their 2-3 matchup zone. They're saying, hey, if there's an overload, the center might have to come out towards that mid-corner. All right, he said no bounce passes, got to keep it tight. All right, and just be active, be bouncy. So he's worried about his defense, and he's doing a good job changing defenses for UNLV.
You know, one of the challenges for Marvin Menzies, he's known for shifting defenses and playing a bunch of different defenses, but as we've detailed, putting the roster together for UNLV was a big enough challenge. Now trying to get that roster to come together and execute these things, that's a challenge.
Exactly. Keep that defensive focus. That's one of the big problems for UNLV, Carter, as you know, defensive focus. Sometimes they lose that. Once again, they don't know each other. They don't know each other's first name, some of these.
Good defensive trip that time for UNLV. Morgan dumps it off. There's Baxter again on the run to even it. Correction. Cut it to 2.
Cut it to 2. That's what you would think.
I was overly.
No, you're overly optimistic.
Now Baxter has a rebound and UNLV has a chance to even it. Ofebu, like I said, tie game, 41.
You are clairvoyant, Carter. I don't care if anybody says you are clairvoyant. You can see what's going on. You can predict. I know what clairvoyant means, but I know you're a Syracuse grad, a great student, so I threw it out there. Hopefully it sticks.
8 straight for UNLV in transition. McEwen has an answer.
Yeah, terrific play. I love Kobe McEwen. Going to be awesome here for the Aggies. Drive the ball, UNLV. You're quicker than them.
Baseline, that's a tough 2 from Baxter.
Contested. You can make that, but that's a tough shot.
McEwen. Baxter around him, high off the window. McEwen around the shot blocker. Baxter.
Wow. Euro step. Manu Ginobili would love that. Way high off the glass.
Merrill fouls on the baseline.
Foul is on Sam Merrill.
That's advanced from McEwen.
Yep. Terrific player. Transition. You got to stop your man. Nice Euro step. Step through. High off the glass. Over Troy Baxter Jr. Kobe McEwen. Special freshman. Could have gone a lot of places. SEC wanted him. ACC wanted him. A lot of good programs. He came here. Excellent program here at Utah State. And great get. Got a terrific point guard now, Carter, for 4 years.
Off the inbound, too easy for Jalen Boyser. Cut it back to 2.
Whose ad said, stay in there, Jalen Moore. Wants to go to the outside, which is fine. But
Merrill looked like he tripped on the way to the hoop. So the Rebels run again. Mooring, trailing, thought about the 3. Off the bounce, inside Dembele, and 1. Off another good look from Jovan Mooring.
That's your man, Carter. He's terrific. Nice penetration. Nobody gets in front of him. He attacks the basket. The bounce goes by Jalen Moore. Nice big guy comes up. Nice finish inside. Heck of a pass. Nice finish.
The 8th assist for Jovan Mooring in the game.
And as you know, he was a scorer in junior college. He's learning the point guard position. When he's very unselfish and focused, he's terrific. He's keeping him in the game, Carter, right now. High score. Winning on the road. is really tough in the Mountain West. Travel's tough, crowds are tough to play against, very tough to win on the road in any conference, but the Mountain West even more so.
Knowing the Division II Player of the Year, South Suburban College. The road to the Final Four continues tomorrow. UCF at UConn, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. That's tomorrow on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. UCF UConn, 5 o'clock Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. Carter Blacker and Pete Gillen. You saw Taco Fall leading what has been an elite defense for the UCF Knights.
It's unbelievable. I saw him the other day when he played against Temple Card. He was fabulous. 14 points, field goal percentage, 80. He just shoots down, he dunks it. Rebounds, block shots, and they don't have a stat for changing shots or altering shots or rushing shots. If they had that, he'd be unbelievable. He'd have like 8 or 10 a game where he changed shots, trying to shoot over them, they rush it because they're worried about him blocking it. He's really a big force, a very valuable player for UCF.
Taco Fall and UCF against UConn tomorrow. Here's a Mountain West Conference matchup. Both these teams come in 500 on the year. 1-2 in Mountain West Conference play. The Aggies, after starting 0-2, got a Wednesday win over New Mexico. UNLV, meanwhile, losing at home to Boise State, 77-59. And Dembele finishes off the three-point play to put UNLV up by a point.
UNLV goes back to a 2-2-1, three-quarter court zone press. You got to play against them twice. And just soften it up, trying to not steal it per se, but just try to burn some clock off. They try to screen the zone up top. Get the ball there, it's fine.
Perry pushes it from the baseline.
Nice little floater by Perry.
5 in the game for Julian Perry after he was scoreless on Wednesday against the Lobos. Deep three, Tyrell Green. Fight for the rebound, back into the hands of Green. Only 2 points in the game for Tyrell Green, their second leading scorer.
13 a game. Excellent three-point shooter, but not in sync right now.
Into the post, loose ball. And a foul called as Dembele takes it up. Looks like it's on Perry.
That was on Julian Perry. His second 17th.
That's the 17th foul on Utah State. So they've already put UNLV in the bonus, not even 8 minutes into the second half.
Yep. What they got to do now is take advantage of it, Carter, as you know. Drive the ball, attack the basket. Don't just live and die with the three. So take advantage of being in the bonus situation.
Yeah, Rector coming back in to run the point. Rector, the senior who started his career in Missouri. Dembele finished off the three-point play. Misses the front end here. And then a foul on Poyser going over the back for a missed free throw rebound. The third team foul, and that's the third on Jalen Poyser.
Free throws are important. Right now, UNLV only shoots 69% from the foul line. So you're going to make them pay when you get to the line.
Utah State has only 1 point from the foul line in this game.
Once again, they got to attack more, be more aggressive. Sometimes they're a little passive. Talented team, but I like to see them get in the mud, get in the glue more. Attack the basket.
We have an out of bounds. Thank you for the explanation, Tommy Nunez. Out of bounds, going to give it back to UNLV, trailing by 1. The UNLV Running Rebels have taken 13 Utah State turnovers, turned that into 11 points off of turnovers, and yet somehow, Pete, Utah State still up a point.
No, it's amazing because they're shooting the ball well. That's the biggest thing. They're making threes, but you're right, Carter. UNLV took some advantage, but they got to take more advantages of these turnovers. But once again, Utah State is 2 freshman guards. They're very good players, and they got to get in sync with the other guys. They're learning them. Point guards are learning the big guys and vice versa. It's a real big team now for the Aggies. If I'm UNLV card, I'm pressing. They got 3 giants and 3 big guys.
You have 13 turnovers in the game for Utah State. Most they've turned it over in the season was 18 versus Purdue.
Yeah.
Still 12 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, they got to take care of the ball if they want to get another victory. Try to get their 2nd win in a row in the Mountain West. Beating New Mexico the other day.
Baxter on the attack again. This time tries a finger roll, follows his miss, and the freshman from Tallahassee exploding in the second half.
Very talented. What a bounce to the step. Staying in the 2-3 zone, that's it. Get the ball now to Jalen Moore. Get him the basketball in the high post. Stay there, James.
You like that adjustment?
I like that adjustment. Stepped out and he'll go back in there. Get him the ball. You're doing a nice job keeping it away from him.
Rector. Moore flies in for the offensive board. Second chance for the Aggies. Dargenton draws the foul after Jalen Moore kept it alive.
Yeah, good hustle. Jalen Moore attacked the glass. I liked him there, Carter. He can start at the foul, then go out. I know he can make the 3, but he can really make them pay at the foul line. That's the weakness of the 2-3 zone. Missed shot. Nobody screens out. Jalen Moore, nice job. Dishes inside. Dargenton, 2 free throws now for the big fella.
Dargenton, the sophomore from Martinique. Speaking of that Purdue game, he had 14 versus a very good Purdue team in Cancun. Has only one other double-digit scoring game this year. That was 11 versus Boise State. So he's had explosions against quality teams.
Exactly. As you know, Purdue's got a great front line.
Right.
Big guys, and him get double figures against that. And he's just a very young, inexperienced player.
Even at 48, Utah State seeking just their 5th win ever against UNLV.
Drive the basketball now. Swing the ball and drive it.
Mooring takes the bump. Dembele can't hit the follow. McEwen pulls the rebound.
Thought Mooring got hit on that one, Carter.
McEwen, coast to coast for Kobe McEwen.
Terrific. He's got a bright future, huh?
Dembele wants it on the post. Dargenton.
Where's he going?
Dembele trying to back in. Say that was
not a good shot. I think he had his mind made up when he's in warm-ups. He was going to shoot at that time.
McEwen trailing with the 3. Kobe McEwen, 5 straight for Utah State to put the Aggies back on top.
That's his modus operandi. Second half, he goes crazy.
The freshman from Toronto, McEwen sparking the Aggie run. A rebound coast to coast for 2, and then he follows it up in transition, trailing triple. Aggies by 5. Utah State by 5 on UNLV. It's been a 5-0 run by Kobe McEwen. He has 11 in the second half, turning into a closer for the Aggies. The freshman Kobe McEwen. Jones lost it. Jalen Moore takes it away. Moore attacking. Back to McEwen, why not? He feeds Moore. First points in the second half for Jalen Moore.
That's where he had the ball at the high post, got it there, one dribble. Skilled guy. He's a good passer too, so if they double him, he can kick it.
10 in the game now for Moore, but his first bucket of the second half.
Utah State's going smaller now. They got 4 perimeter guys. Jalen Moore goes to the high post.
Green misses the 3. Boarded by Rector. McEwen's feeling it. He wants it in his hands again. Can't blame him. Moore, quick push shot. Couldn't get it. Out of bounds to UNLV.
A good look. A little too anxious on that one, but he had a good shot. Bank was closed. Logan.
A little pressure here from the Aggies.
Yeah, a little pressure. Here we go. 1-2-2, 3/4 court zone pressures. Try to slow him down a little bit. We're back to a 1-2-2 zone. Sam Merrill on the side. The top of the key. Weakness once again is the foul line. The ball to the high post. Green wants to shoot threes. He can go inside.
Mooring lobs it. Jones fouled on the way up. Got Quinn Taylor with the personal on Jones going for the alley-oop.
I bailed out on that one. We were fortunate. That was a turnover waiting to happen. Nice penetration by Mooring, just a little too high for Jones. Bailed out.
They call that on the floor, so 1-1.
Jones is only a 54% shooter from the free throw line. Terrell Green, good player, but not having his best day. Second leading scorer for UNLV.
Got them both.
If I'm UNLV, Carter, I'd consider going man-to-man now. Change the pace. Utah State's getting into pretty good rhythm against their 2-3 matchup zone.
Into Merrill at the high post. Nearly lost it, recovers. Taylor through contact. McEwen. Blocking foul underneath. That's on DeBelle. Correction, it's on Baxter.
Foul number 31, Troy Baxter. His first 5th team foul.
Yep.
At the free throw line.
It's a nice pass by Merrill. Just can't finish inside. Good drive, good call, get hit with the hip.
How about the second halves for Kobe McEwen now? I mean, he's been slow starting scoring, but that's now 12 second half points, not even 12 minutes into the second half.
Right. League games, he's getting 16 or more, Carter, the 3 conference games he played so far in the second half. He scored more than anybody on either team in the 3 games so far. He's lunch tonight, only had 4 at halftime, but he's the closer. Might have to call him Mariano Rivera if he keeps doing this.
17 in the game now for Kobe McEwen. Into the post for Christian Jones. Spinning in, lost it on the way up, foul called. And that will send Jones to the free throw line. Utah State by 7 on UNLV with Jones headed to the free throw line for the Running Rebels. Take a look at our AT&T Fast Analysis. Pete Gillen, please analyze.
Well, Rebels tempo push. They want a quick tempo, doing a nice job. 10 fast break points, 3 turnovers. They're doing that. Utah State has 13 turnovers, and UNLV has 13 points off those turnovers. Team rebounds, yes, the Aggies doing much better. Rebound, 33 total rebounds. They're winning the battle of the boards, 33-26, and knockdown threes. Utah State doing a great job with three-point land, 7 for 15. Excellent for 47%. So both teams, Carter, are doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's why we got a close game right here.
So what happens in those categories in the last 7:49, especially with UNLV down by 7, trying to force more Utah State turnovers, already 13.
You got to create more turnovers, get offense off their defense, and drive the basketball. Get to the free throw line right now and cash them in. They only shoot 69% from the line, so sometimes that could be a mixed blessing. So you got to same thing with Jones, not shooting good from the foul line, only about 59%.
1-1 coming for Jones. Gets the front end. Big man from Arlington, Texas.
Yep. Transfer from St. John's.
8 points from the free throw line for UNLV, only 4 for Utah State.
If it makes sense to get into their pressure, I would press if you can get that to go down. When you're down 5 points, I would press, but Marvin Menzies knows his team a lot better than I do.
Jones gets them both. Utah State by 5.
With the ball to Jalen Moore now. Get it to him. Got to work harder to get it.
UNLV collapses that zone around Moore.
Yeah, they know he's their, top player.
Kick out and a tough 3. Kobe McEwen.
I'm calling him Mariano McEwen. He's the closer. I mean, he's terrific. How many points now, Carter? He's got 4 at the half, and second half he's have
16 second half points for Kobe McEwen.
4th game in a row. He had 16 or more points in Mountain West Conference play.
Oyster misses the 3. Back into the hands of McEwen. The freshman pushes, crosses over. Offensive foul. Offensive foul drawn by Mooring. It's on McEwen. Saw that one steamrolling towards him.
Yep. Good call. He's attacking a little out of control. He's got to learn that. He's still a freshman. Mooring does a great job stepping in. Yep. Inside out move. He faked the crossover and inside out. And Mooring read it. That's twice Mooring drew the charge on him.
3rd on McEwen. Sam Merrill has 4 fouls. Merrill only 2 points in the second half. Baxter. No way.
You're happy if you're the Aggies when he takes that shot. He can make some, but that's not his strength.
Another one! McEwen. He's on fire.
El Fuego. Ty Troy Baxter Jr. was up in the wrong spot of the zone. He left a hot McEwen open and he buried it.
19 second half points, a 16-4 run. Jones and 1. Stopping the clock with 6:12. Kobe McEwen, 4 points in the first half. 19 second half points for the freshman. And McEwen has led the Aggie charge in the second half.
I consider getting out of the zone now from Coach Menzies. They're on fire. They're adjusted pretty well. They're losing McEwen.
Jones finishes off the 3-point play. He has 17 in the game now to go along with 5 rebounds. For McEwen, that's a new career high. He's a freshman, so season high, career high with 23 points.
You see why a lot of the schools wanted him, Carter. ACC, SEC. A lot of schools really wanted him, and it's really a great get for the Aggies.
McEwen again! 26 in the game. 22 second half points for the freshman from Toronto.
UNLV, where's the awareness? The guy's on fire. Wow. Defensive awareness for the running Rebels.
Jones misses it. Dargington the board. How about McEwen? 9 for 11 from the floor. 5 for 7 from 3-point.
On fire. He stayed after practice yesterday, shot for about another half hour. He was the first guy in the gym today when we came in working. He's a gym rat. He's always in the gym.
That time they were ready for him.
Thank goodness.
Into the corner, Rector. Knocks in the 3. Rattles home for the Aggies. Rector's 3 puts Utah State up by 14. Mooring quick 2. Timeout UNLV. Even with Mooring's layup cutting it to 12. Behind Kobe McEwen. The Aggies rolling over the running Rebels. They step away for 30. A second half explosion by Kobe McEwen has led the Aggies to a double-digit lead.
Unbelievable. 8-8 in the second half from the floor, Carter. 4 for 4 from 3-point land. He's been spectacular. Way downtown. The Rebels just gave him too much time and space. He was in a rhythm. He's excited. A hard worker. Always in the gym. Terrific young player for the Aggies.
McEwen had 18 points Wednesday versus New Mexico. 12 of his 18 on Wednesday were from the foul line. He was attacking against the Lobos, made only 2 shots in that game. Still got to 18 points. But tonight, you said 8 for 8 in the second half. 9 for 11 in the game. 6 rebounds, 5 assists to go along with that career high 26.
Terrific. So he can attack the basket, as you mentioned, get to the free throw line. He knocks it down from 3. He's got to be a little bit more under control sometimes in transition if you had to find something wrong, but he's had a fabulous game.
That foul was on Mooring. Perry! Everybody's knocking him down for Utah State.
Raining threes.
The 13th 3 in the game for Utah State. Quick answer from the running Rebels.
Man-to-man now for UNLV. Down 15, so you got to come get him. You got to try to get some turnovers.
McEwen, step back. First miss of the second half.
You know, he's on a roll, so I don't blame him for trying.
Jones backing in. Mooring off the shot fake. Why not back to Jones? He slipped, kept the dribble alive. So into the paint, taken away by Perry. Julian Perry lost the handle out of bounds, back to UNLV. 3:42 away from Utah State's 5th ever win over UNLV. Tuesday on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports, UConn goes for a historic 90th straight win against 22nd-ranked USF. That is Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Gino Auriemma, how about this? Going for 90 straight wins. Maybe trying to motivate his team a bit, said they were duds emotionally going for their 90th straight win. Of course, the record 90 straight wins set by Gino Auriemma and UConn women's basketball. That is Tuesday night, 7 Eastern. A ranked USF team. This is the first of 2 meetings against USF. And that's really one of the obstacles left in the regular season for UConn. One of the few obstacles left in the regular season. Also have one against top 10 South Carolina. That's Tuesday, CBS Sports Network.
It's unbelievable. They lose some great players, Carter. They still don't blink. They thought this might be the year to get him, but no. He says, nope, not on my watch.
Well, here in Logan, Utah, Kobe McEwen has led a second-half explosion by the Aggies. 22 second-half points for the freshman from Toronto. Out of the timeout, Clyburn 3. Knocked out, into the hands. Green can't finish. Aggies control it. And the hardy Aggie fans who came out today trying to root Utah State on. I mentioned it a couple of times. 31-4, UNLV all-time against Utah State. 2 years ago on this floor, Stu Morrill's last year as head coach, Utah State got it. Last year, UNLV won the only meeting between the two.
Right.
You see Stu Morrill, the former head coach of the Utah State Aggies with White Vicky, 17 straight winning seasons under Stu Morrill.
Great coach, class guy, really knew the game, a lot of plays, terrific coach. Played, he was in the Big West, right? He was in the WAC and the Mountain West, so he was with their program when going all over.
Another triple, this one from Quinn Taylor, and Utah State feeling it. After an 0-2 start in conference competition, they have a Wednesday home win over New Mexico to get their first conference victory, and now closing in on a 2-2 mark. It would send UNLV to 1-3 in Mountain West Conference play.
Yeah. Once again, it'll be a tough year. Coach Menzies, an outstanding coach. He's got some guys coming in. He's involved with some other good players, so they're going to get better. Next year will be a whole different story. This is a tough year for them. The spot he was in is really tough.
Taylor inside, lost it. Taken away by Tyrell Green. Boycer pushes. Lost it out of bounds. Now, Pete, how about this, for UNLV? On the road, teams are averaging, it's just their 4th road game, but teams are averaging 12 made threes a game against UNLV when the Runnin' Rebels go on the road, and that's evidenced again today. How do you explain that one?
Well, simple. It's defensive awareness. They got to understand where the good players are. We saw, Kobe McEwen was fabulous, but he had a lot of time and space. Nobody was near him on a few of those shots. Still had to make them, but the defensive awareness is not good right now for the Runnin' Rebels. They got to know what defense they're in. They got to know who's hot, who's not. You just can't outscore people. I think might be some of the young players might think they can outscore, but you got to defend, especially on the road. You don't have the crowd behind it.
Still 2:12 to go in this one. 75 already up there for Utah State. Road games, they've been giving up 90 points per game.
Yeah, that's way too many. Well, it starts with the point guard. That's the weakest spot. They got to have point guard pressure on the basketball court. That's where your defense starts. They don't have a pure point guard, a veteran guy. Mooring's doing a nice job, a junior from the junior college ranks, but They need a veteran, high-caliber point guard to pressure the ball to start the defense. They don't have that right now.
Clyburn commits the foul. That'll send Jalen Moore to the free throw line. So Moore, I mean, they don't get the big effort from Jalen Moore. Only 10 points in the game. Only 2 second-half points, make it 3 second-half points now for Jalen Moore. He's been averaging almost 22 a game in Mountain West Conference play. But the Aggies able to comfortably head towards their second conference win without a big night from the senior Jalen Moore. 2
freshmen, spectacular. Merrill and Kobe McEwen were terrific. But they got to go on the road now soon, Utah State, so that's another kettle of fish. Tough on the road in any league, but Mountain West especially, because of tough travel. Fans are really on top of you. 3-2 zone here now by the Aggies. Put Jalen Moore up there, big 6'9" with long arms.
Hoyser off the bounce. Got a foul underneath. Looks like Quinn Taylor. So for Utah State now, they're 2-2 in conference play, but they go on the road for 2 tough ones at Wyoming and at San Diego State, the next couple for Utah State.
Tough road games, tough to win on the road anywhere, but at Wyoming, at San Diego State, they're tough. So every night's a battle. I think right now, it's early. It's only the 4th game in conference play, got 18. Nevada might be a slight favorite just on paper. They have 1 loss. And Boise State could be the sleeper card, undefeated. So it's going to be interesting. Every night's a battle.
Chandler Hutchison had another explosive night Wednesday in Las Vegas. That was a game Boise State dominated from the get-go. That's, when we say UNLV roster coming together on the road, it was surprising, I think, to everybody around UNLV to see him get blown out from the get-go against Utah State on Wednesday.
Exactly, especially after beating Wyoming the other day. Before that, Wyoming's a solid team. It's our man again, Kobe McEwen, inside, outside, all around the town.
28 in the game, 24 in the second half for Kobe McEwen. And for UNLV, who's going to fall to 1-3 in Mountain West Conference play. Next one at the Pit against New Mexico, and then San Diego State at home.
Yeah, 2 tough ones again. At the Pit, one of the toughest places to play in the country, and San Diego State at home. Coach Fisher's going to get their team going. They got good athletes, and they have a tough start so far, but they'll get going.
Sure, this is belaboring the point for UNLV, but the run out, Morgan lays it in and draws a foul. We'll see Morgan bounce back up there. Good sportsmanship note from Sam Merrill, making sure he's all right. But for UNLV, you know, the 24-point loss at Arizona State, 14-point loss at Colorado State. They're trailing by 17 now on the road. So the road woes continue.
Yep. It's all about defense, Carter. You got to defend, you got to rebound. Right now they're not doing that. That's why they're getting beat on the road. So once they dig in a little bit more defensively and have more awareness, they didn't know where Kobe McEwen was. He was wide open a bunch of those times. That's communication. You got to talk. Talk loud and often.
Merrill fouled out of the game. And then Moore and McEwen check out, so they get some nice applause from the Aggie fans.
Yep. Great start to his career here. Utah State.
So it was Merrill who led him in the first half with 12 points. And then in the second half, McEwen just puts on a show with 24 second half points.
He's terrific. It was a good team win. They shared the basketball. When Merrill was hot, they got him the ball. When Kobe McEwen was hot, they got him the ball. And Jalen Moore was unselfish, passed it. So it was a terrific effort by the Aggies. Once again, they're a young team. They're growing. 2 freshmen in the backcourt. It's tough to be a freshman. You know, Al McGuire said the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores.
For UNLV, it'll be 2 losses out of the last 3 trips to Logan, Utah to take on the Aggies. And the fans in the student section, by the way, students have been out, so just coming back to campus right now, the student section that is usually packed and rocking, they're vocal tonight.
Yep. No, as you said, Carter, usually the student section is really full. Now they're just coming back from the break. They love basketball here. Very sophisticated fans. Stu Morrow and before, the coaches before, Con Smith and Larry Eustace and Rod Tweller. They built a great tradition here. I think Tim Duryea is going to continue that.
So Utah State's going to win it to go to 2-2 in Mountain West Conference play. After the 0-2 start, they beat New Mexico and beat UNLV to even their Mountain West Conference record at 2-2. The Aggies now 8-7 on the year. A running Rebels fall to 8-9 and 1-3 in Mountain West Conference competition. For Pete Gillen, our entire crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So we'll send you back to New York inside college basketball for a full report on the day on the hardwood.